So what I came up with is just the simple fact that I'm black.
Ooh. That's it. That's it.
Ooh.
That's it.
Say that
I'm
though.
a black person.
That is it.
I'm a black woman.
Yes.
Can't change that, boo.
What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video.
Who we got today, C?
We are back with another American reaction. We're super excited about this, guys. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down, hit the red subscribe button, and turn on the post notification bell, because we're on the road to 50K. And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Without further ado, let's get into the video.
You're an American living abroad. Please tell me why you would never go back.
Hi there. My answer is, why would I want to go back to a country where it's illegal to open a beer in a public place like a park, but it's legal to openly carry a gun? And in Germany, where I live now, the opposite is true. Why would I want to go back to a country that makes up only 4.5% of the Earth's population, but produces 17% of the Earth's garbage, and consumes 24% of the world's energy? And people like my family use plastic plates for Thanksgiving dinner. A country that has the knowledge, wealth, and resources to fight climate change, but it's a country where politicians bring snowballs into the Senate to prove that global warming is fake.
Remember
the
that?
same Senate where only two political parties that hate each other have seats, even though they mostly just represent rich white people. And they have the audacity to call it the world's greatest deliberative body. A country where 30 to 40% of all food is wasted, while 38 million Americans suffer from food insecurity. A country with a homelessness problem and an eviction problem, but also with 17 million empty homes. A country where people got more offended at a man protesting police unaliving black people than getting offended at the unalivings themselves. A country's prison population is about the same as the entire population of Botswana. A country that spends more on its military than all of these countries combined, and where people's taxes go to finance U.S. imperialism and drone strikes around the world. So they are quite literally blowing up their citizens' money while destroying people's homes and lives around the world. A country where people go into serious debt for years or decades just to finance their higher education, if they risk going at all. Whereas in Germany, the master's program that I'm doing now is free. A country where crippling debt is also caused by the healthcare system, and where 28 million people don't have health insurance. A country where millions of people watch Fox News, including my family. A country where after watching 4 years of this dumpster fire, 74 million people thought to themselves, including people in my family again, you know what? He deserves 4 more years. A country where tens of millions of indoctrinated Bible thumpers leave their tax-exempt churches on a mission to spread their fundamentalism and save souls by trying to scare or guilt trip you to Jesus. Whereas here in Germany, a German man once said to me, "Yeah, in Germany there is no Jesus anymore." A country where more people believe in angels than in evolution. Country of self-proclaimed Jesus freaks that believe a lot of other crazy shit, and yet still start the holy Christmas season with good old-fashioned Black Friday shopping and fatal trampling. And that happens exactly one day after being thankful for what they already have. A country whose citizens call it the greatest country in the world, even though they probably haven't been to another country, like many people in my family again. And if they have, and it wasn't just some bullshit booze cruise to the Bahamas, then it was probably a 1 week long rush from European capital to European capital as fast as possible, because their employers don't give them nearly enough vacation days to have a proper vacation.
There's a lot of cruises
so all these social, political, cultural, and personal reasons break my spirit and infuriate me. So no, I don't want to go back to the land of the undereducated, over-medicated, under-vaccinated, over-incarcerated, capitalistically inundated, racially segregated, politically constipated, white male-dominated, religiously and nationalistically indoctrinated, and high-fructose corn syrup saturated. So I'm sorry, Brad, but I'm going to stay in Germany.
That's the video.
Can we end it here?
That's the video.
Might as well.
Woo!
TikTok. So I'm an American living in Germany, and I'm asking you to stitch this. If you're an American living abroad, please tell me why you would never go back. If you're an American living abroad, please tell me why you would never
go back. A glitch.
Hi, my name is Laura, and I'm an American living in Germany. And there are a lot of reasons that I
saw
don't
her
ever worry, but at the top of that list is safety. As a woman, I feel safe, even if it's late at night and even if I'm by myself. Back in Texas, I always felt like I was more on edge, always looking behind my shoulder, making sure I knew all my surroundings. And here I just feel really safe. More importantly though, my husband feels safe here. I've talked about this before, but my husband is a black man, and being a black man in America, being a black person in America, or a person of color period in America, the weight of that can be heavy. We're not worried about him getting pulled over by the police and becoming another statistic. And of course, Germany has its own issues with racism, but the peace of mind that we have here, that he has here, is everything. Also, Glühwein, beer, and fresh bread.
Must be free.
That'd be good.
Hey, girly. So I decided to sit here and really think about that question. I really wanted to just meditate and ask myself, like, what is the reason? Like, I really had to delve deep in myself to find out the answer for this, right? And when I came up with this, hold on. All right, I went to go get a snack and some water, so just give me a second.
No, she didn't. She doing it. She having a lunch break.
So what I came up with is just the simple fact that I'm black.
Ooh.
That's it. That's it.
Ooh.
That's it.
Say that
I'm a
though.
black person.
That is it.
I'm a black woman.
Can't
Yes.
change that, boo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to
Period.
waste your time, but
We didn't waste our time, girl.
that's all I got.
We
You
get
good
it.
it. I got it. I got you.
Abroad, please tell me why.
We
I
saw
have
him
a long list
too.
of reasons why, but I'm going to mention just a few of the more important ones.
We did? Was it?
Number one,
Yeah.
work-life balance. Instead of working 70 hours a week, now I work 35 to 40. And this is considered a lot, especially for my profession as an English teacher.
That's stress.
Okay.
Number two, the relationships you have with other people. They're more based on qualities and characteristics of a person as opposed to
Status.
and what you do. Number three, healthcare. Affordable healthcare.
We heard that plenty of times,
Hello.
y'all. Bomb out there.
Number
I know.
four,
I know.
the lack of violence and extreme racism and all of those things. I mean, don't get me wrong, these things still exist here in Europe,
Facts.
but not to the extent that they do in the United States of America. And number four, the food.
We got good food, though. We do got good food, though.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
Please tell me
They
why.
have the
you would
best.
never go back.
Okay, so not an American, I'm a Canadian, but these are the reasons why I couldn't move back home. First up, no surprise, winter is a bitch. My mood is super dictated by the seasons, and I need sun to be happy. Basically means I get like 60 days of good happiness in Toronto. Next up is I would miss beaches way too much. Toronto obviously doesn't really have many beaches. This is like the closest thing, called Hammond's Point, and it's a place you could swim on the island. The water's a bit polluted. Some people swim in it. Personally, I have a no holes rule, so I only go up to it to my knees. And I definitely couldn't go back to having only 10 days holiday. In Canada and America, you get about 2 weeks holiday on average. In Australia, you get 4 weeks, which you can even get up to 5 weeks if you've been at a company long enough. So I'm sorry, Australia it is.
If you're an American
Fine.
living abroad, please tell me why you would never go back.
So I've been living as an expat since 2019. As soon as I finished undergrad, I literally hop skip up out of the States and I'm never going back. I've been living abroad as a teacher, and first and foremost, the biggest thing, when I go to school, I do not fear a student bringing a gun. I don't think anybody's going to come in and bra-ka-ka-ka all around the school. So first and foremost, safety at work. Second of all, I literally feel safer in every other country I've lived. I've lived in Italy, Senegal, South Korea, and Haiti, and overall safety, especially as a black woman, like, is better. Like, I feel most uncomfortable in the States, which is why, again, I'm never fucking going back. And the last thing is cost of living. It's so expensive to live in the States. Other places are more expensive, but for me and my lifestyle, nah, I'm not going back.
Watch this. If you're an American living abroad, please tell me why you would never go back.
Okay, so I am not an American living overseas. However, there is a trend forecast that within the next 6 years, if America cannot get its shit together, there is going to be a large exodus of Americans fleeing America and moving overseas, even South America, a lot of the Caribbean area, Europe, a lot of different places. It's going to be a large number of Gen Z, so straight out of high school, college age, Gen Zs, young 20-somethings, and then you're going to see a lot of millennials, especially a lot of millennials without children. Their boomer parents are going to be dead. They can't afford houses, but they can afford houses overseas because they're going to inherit some money. So yeah, that is the trend forecast of the next 6 years.
She went
is you're
in.
going to see a large
Right.
exodus of people from America.
She went into the
because
future.
America's not doing well.
I'm an American living in Germany, and I'm asking you to stitch this.
I'm sorry. I have to apologize. I find this ironic. Living abroad.
I don't know.
You're an American living abroad in Germany, You mean you went home? You're not living abroad. You're living at home. I'm Native American. I'm living at home. If I moved to Germany, I would be the American who would be living abroad. So the reason why Americans who are living abroad, if they moved out of the Americas, don't want to come back to the Americas, it's because it's stolen land. That's why they shouldn't come back. That's why. Because it's stolen land and it was taken over by genocide.
If you're an American living abroad, please tell me
We're
why
going to talk
you
about
would
that.
never go back.
Financial stability. My apartment is paid for. MRIs are so much cheaper here and affordable. I can safely take walks alone at night. Everything's walkable. Public transportation is so good.
What a great day to be a spider.
Did she breathe? Okay,
Public
let's talk about-
transportation is so good.
Yeah, let's talk about the Native American. I'm sorry, we didn't come here willingly, and we were born here. We have Native Americans. Native Americans in our family, so I feel like you my brother. But yeah, that was funny.
That was funny. He lost me though for a second. Like,
Yeah,
he was laughing.
like, why
I was
is
like, where
laughing
you
all
going
weird?
with this? I was gonna go in about what everybody else was saying, but he killed it too. He was like,
He
yeah,
did kill it.
it's because it's stolen land. That's why nobody want to go back.
He did kill it. Okay.
Yeah.
This was the best video of all of them. It wasn't disrespectful.
It wasn't like the lady with she said she lived in Texas. Her husband is black, and she said the reason why they won't go back because the skin color is more looked down upon than we are now. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So what I want to know is we have been hearing a lot of, oh, move here, you'll be safe here. Our biggest thing would be safety and how we are looked at not only as Americans but as Black Americans. Let us know in the comment section what areas would that be. I know our top country that we would move to would be Jamaica. That would be at the top of the list. Yeah, I would love to know, like, what's y'all thoughts on that? You got anything, babe?
I'm empty.
Okay. So that is the video. We hope you all enjoyed your time with us. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you would like to support the channel that way. We'll see y'all soon.
Peace.